Hi, it's Ben Lake for Patreon, as for be reviewing the LEGO Batman movie, Penguin's Arctic Roller, set number 70911. Here's the first minifigure of the set, and the first minifigure of the set is Batman. Overall, this is a very simple version of Batman, but there are a few things that I do quite like about it. I really like the utility belt piece on this Batman minifigure, because I think it looks a lot better than just printing it on. Another thing that I really like about this minifig is the cape, because it's one of the softer capes and those feel better and they look a lot better than the older ones. Around the back of this minifigure there's an alternate face where Batman looks a bit confused, and he also has some back torso printing. Here is the second minifig of the set, and the second minifig of the set is the Penguin, and this is a very good version of the Penguin. I really like the torso print on this minifig because it has a lot of detail and it looks very intricate. I especially like the little detail of sort of his shirt looking like it's too small for him, as that's quite a nice attention to detail. And I also really like the print at the top of the torso for that little tie that he's wearing, as that looks very good as well. I also really like the top hat on this minifig because it's a lot more detailed than the previous top hat, and it has a really nice shape to it. I also really like the little detail of the buckle on the side, as that adds some extra detail to it. My favourite part of this minifig is the scarf around his neck, because that has a lot of texture to it and the shaping looks great. The Penguin minifigure comes with a couple of accessories. Firstly, there's this pistol, which is pretty standard and has appeared in many LEGO sets. Then there's this umbrella, which is a really nice moulded piece, much better than the previous LEGO umbrellas. Here's the main build of the set, and the main build of the set is the Penguin's Arctic Roller. I really like the design of this build because it's got lots of little details, and in general the overall design just looks really great. One of my favourite aspects of this design is the creative part usage, such as this balloon piece as the fenders, these pieces down here which are guns but they're used as exhausts, and this piece right here which is a tooth piece which is being used as a door handle. Those are all just so creative and such great uses for those parts. It makes this design look really great. Another thing I really like about this car design is the shapes, because there's just lots of really nice shapes on it, such as the curved shape up here, and how smooth that is. There's this really nice curve here where it just goes from here, all the way up to the wheels, and up to the front. And in general this car just has a really nice design, and a really nice shape to it. In addition to that, I think the three wheels on either side makes this look really unique, and that's a design feature that I really like. Although there are lots of design elements that I like with this car, I think my favourite part of it is the front, because I really like the overall design of the front, especially the little penguin head on the top and the High Flyer license plate, but I also really like the two big lights at the front, and the little lights at the bottom. Especially like how this one's connected by an ice cream cone, because that's really creative. In general, this design just looks brilliant. This build does have a couple of features. Firstly, there are a couple of spring-loaded shooters that can be shot out, so to activate those you just push down on this. What I really like about this is that it just looks like part of the car and part of the detailing, so that's really cool, how it's integrated in there. But yeah, you just push down on this, and then these fire off. They go really far and they go really fast. I really like that as a feature, especially when it's integrated so well into the build. The second feature of this build is that you can open up the boot and then the sled can slide out. The final thing that I really like about this build is how well it can roll, because it can roll really quickly and really smoothly over any surface. Overall, this is a really great build with a brilliant design, lots of small details on it, and it also has some really nicely integrated features. So yeah, in general this is a really great build, it looks great on display, and it works really well. Here's the one side build that's included with the set, and this side build is a sleigh for the Penguin. This build is very simple and basic. There's just a shoe slope at the front, a little bit of detail at the back, and a space for the Penguin in the centre, with a steering wheel to control it. It's kind of basic and it's not a very good build, but it's still a nice inclusion in this set. That's it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe.